This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard today from the couch again. As you'll get used to it over the span of the next week, as the Edmonton Oilers now tonight in Vancouver for an 8 p.m. game on the West Coast against the Vancouver Canucks, and a game in which the Oilers desperately need a rebound here. So far, the road, maybe as many expected, and I was hoping wouldn't be the case, not so friendly to the Edmonton Oilers, at least to start this season. It's been a tough go. Obviously, watching the Oilers on way ice, like you're talking a 2-4 record, and they could possibly be 2-5 by all said and done tonight. The Vancouver Canucks, though, an opponent that the Edmonton Oilers have already beat this season, and there's a couple of things that we need to do right to get that done. Obviously, this is a big week upcoming for the Edmonton Oilers. There's a big guy coming back at the end of this week here, and it's going to be really interesting to see what roster moves the Edmonton Oilers make in correspondence with that. Friend, if geez, I can't talk this morning. Friends, if you're new to the channel at any time, consider hitting that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV. Would love that for those of you watching back on the replay. But for those of you watching live right now, let's get into the meat and potatoes, which is Calvin Pickard likely to start tonight. Obviously, Stuart Skinner started for the Oilers last night. Pickard, obviously, as well, having a couple of rough starts here, hoping for a better goal, enough to shut the door against the Montreal Canadiens and win that hockey game. So for Pickard, it's got to be a game in which is a good enough performance again. That's all you're really truly asking out of your backup. I know his numbers kind of not looking the prettiest right now, and for him, just consistent effort after consistent effort and give the team a chance to win every night. That's all we're really asking. I don't know why that's not what we ask out of Stu Skinner, but I get why that's not what we ask out of Stu Skinner. So that is kind of where we find ourselves right now. If Pickard is indeed starting, which I haven't been able to find anything 100% confirming it, but I'd say it's 99% confirmed. Pickard will hopefully give us a chance to win against Vancouver tonight. And as well, you got to think, like, if the Oilers offense is going to score 4 goals, we likely win. It's just been a tough go all season here trying to score 4 or more on a regular basis for this Edmonton Oilers offense. And that's where, maybe Connor McDavid scoring a couple goals tonight really changes the complexion of how things look for the Oilers against the Vancouver Canucks this evening. So that could be one solution, is just Connor shoot the puck more. And I know he's wearing a lot of heat for that right now. So there is that possibility where if Connor can come out, just shoot the puck, get it going a little bit more for us, that solves our problems wholeheartedly right there tonight, as opposed to, hoping that Cal Pickard gives you 3 or less and, makes the saves when he needs to and doesn't deflate the team. And, the defense can pass out of the zone, can keep scoring points and all that behind Connor McDavid and the Oilers offense led by hopefully Connor McDavid tonight. That said, tonight as well, similar to that Montreal Canadiens game, you're going to need a little bit more than a couple defensemen and Leon Draisaitl and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins scoring points for this team to win against Vancouver tonight. At least that would be the going theory. So for the Oilers, a little bit of depth here tonight is going to be the key. I know David Tomashik there scoring his first NHL goal. What a time tonight against a Canadian opponent on the road, trying to salvage this little road trip here would be to try and get another goal for him. I think, a guy like Matt Savoy or Reich Howard scoring would be absolutely welcome. And that's because there are going to be some roster changes coming up here for the Edmonton Oilers over the next few days, weeks, really. I guess Zach Hyman is truly back next Saturday, according to when he can be activated off the LTIR. So for the Oilers, it seems like an easy move to move Ike Howard to the AHL, let him develop that pro game a little bit, bring him back later in the winter when you kind of know what your roster is going to be as you go towards the trade deadline. Save some cap space, move on from somebody like Matthias Janmark after you find a trade for him or whatever the case might be there. But for the Oilers, those moves are coming, right? Kasperi Kapanen's still out, and there's a whole bunch that the Oilers, Alec Regula's still on IR, I believe. So there's a whole bunch here for the Oilers that's going to get interesting over the next little bit. And end of the day is there are going to be some roster spots lost, and I don't know what to make for Curtis Lazar possibly, who I think still has only seen one game this year. There is possibly a ton of moves the Oilers could do, but what's going to happen here and what the most key component of this whole situation is, it's not Ike Howard going to the AHL. It's not, the Oilers losing jobs, gaining jobs. It is the fact that the Oilers offense with Zach Hyman back will once again be right. And I think maybe going back to that Connor McDavid point about just shoot more, something that we see out of Connor is yes, he does have when he gets going the confidence to shoot. But something that Connor normally has when he has the confidence to shoot is Zach Hyman in front trying to shovel pucks free or else shovel them home. And if Connor McDavid shoots the puck and it leads to a goal because of a bounce off Hyman, that's just as good for us as a goal scored by Connor McDavid. But unfortunately, without Zach Hyman, at least to start this season, it's kind of been a tougher go, right? Connor maybe not having as much confidence in the guys in front of him towards the net to put that puck home. And, Connor's a very, very intelligent player. If he knows that his shot's going to cost them a chance back the other way, especially maybe with how the defense has played to start the season, there might be some kind of maybe not confidence in himself, but maybe not confidence in the rest of the play to end in a good manner for him to be shooting that puck. And not necessarily saying that's the case, but there's maybe more theories to it than we might be thinking, and that's a tough go for a guy who's the world's best hockey player. But Zach Hyman is that critically important for the Edmonton Oilers, and we are only a week away from him returning. So tonight, you got to take care of business against the Vancouver Canucks. You got to get the job done here at 8 o'clock in the Pacific Northwest neighbor there, the west coast of Canada, as we get things going against the Canucks. Like I said, 8 o'clock. It's going to be another late night. You can already see me. I'm barely getting up, barely getting onto the couch here tonight, today so far, and it's already what, 10 o'clock, 10:30, something like that. So tough go right there. With the Vancouver Canucks, for their part, obviously they're going to be looking for a win. I'm wondering kind of what Evander Kane's theory will be this game. I wonder if anyone's going to sit there and maybe take a chance at fighting them tonight. The Oilers, as far as I know, still don't have a fight. I was kind of in and out during that Oilers game last night against the Kraken, so that's why I'm not really talking too much about it. Is I caught what I caught and I didn't catch what I didn't catch. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at here tonight. Toast, welcome aboard. But yeah, it's been a weird go on the road for the Oilers, and I think that's at the end of the day what I'm looking forward to having change the most here for the Oilers right now is yeah, just go out there, find a way to win on the road. Get that road record instead of 2-5 to 3-4, and then bring it home and hopefully start cooking again. We're 2-0-1 at home, and that's really the nice part so far for the Oilers this season is when we get a full schedule on home ice. If early results are speaking large volumes, it looks like we may very well be a very good home team this year. And we know the Oilers might not have always been that under Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. So staying tuned for what happens here. But tonight, a big game against the Vancouver Canucks as the Edmonton Oilers try to take home another victory, keep that nice winning record going as opposed to kind of this 500 record we've had for the majority of the season. So, friends, stay tuned. The Oilers Canucks, 8 p.m. tonight. Thanks for being aboard here on Dolynny TV this afternoon, this morning, whenever the heck it is. All kinds of scrambled, new life situation for the next week. So, it's kind of been a fun time. But for right now, thanks for being aboard. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're new watching back on the replay. And I am up on out of here.